Hi, I'm Lauren Rivera. John Bucco, Joseph Rhines, and I have created Newsic, the program that combines news and music. When I was initially brainstorming program ideas for this class, I wanted to create a program that displayed the top trending news articles while playing music related to those articles, with keywords in the title of the song that matched words in the title of the article. We hit some snags along the way, but we made the program, and here it is. My job with this program was to integrate the New York Times most popular API into our program. The way I did that was I signed up for an API key, and I constructed the API URL so we could send requests to the website to retrieve the most popular articles. So let's take a look at this URL. Right here it says most popular. That's referring to the name of the API. They have several others like movie reviews and Congress. V2 refers to the version. This is the most current version. Most shared was the method by which they calculated how it's the most popular article at that time. It could have been most emailed or most viewed, but I was thinking of my generation using social media to share everything, so I was thinking most shared. All sections refers to the sections of the newspaper. I didn't want to choose one section, I wanted all sections. Here is the method by which the articles were being shared. I chose Facebook and Twitter. You could have done MySpace and Tumblr, but I chose what I'm comfortable with. 7 refers to the past 7 days. It was returned in JSON, a JSON object. And over here is the API key. After creating the API URL, I made a title class which has a constructor to set the article's title, a get method, and a toString method that returns the title. After that, I created the article class, which has a constructor that sets the article's title, its URL, the video URL that is associated with that article, as well as the article's abstract. Now here, I replace all occurrences of this group of characters with an apostrophe because this is the URL encoding for an apostrophe. When you type an apostrophe into a URL into your web browser, it's not a legal character. So the JSON array was returning this funky string instead of this apostrophe. So when let's bring up the program. When you see an apostrophe in the program now, it no longer shows you this, it shows you what it's supposed to be. And back here, notice I didn't do replace all of those occurrences in the URL because you want that to be in the URL because an apostrophe isn't a valid character. I also replaced it in the article's abstract, and when I set the video, when you go into YouTube, let's look at its URL. See, I searched here the Muppets. I did the space Muppets. In the URL, there's no space there. That's an illegal character. So instead, you use a plus. Let's go back here. So the video needs to replace all occurrences of a space with a plus to concatenate the string that creates the URL. The article class also contains accessor and mutator methods for the title, the URL, and a mutator method to set the video of the URL. And it also contains a toString method to return a formatted, prettier version of the title and a couple of spaces, the article link, or the article URL, and then the song URL. Integrating the YouTube video into the program was John Bucco's assignment, and he had many aspirations for this class, but due to time constraints, cut it down to what you see here. The constructor accepts a string to set the title of the video, and the class contains a toString method that concatenates the YouTube results URL with the title of the video to search for. Back here in the most popular news class, after I declared the API URL as a string to form requests, I created an array list to hold the list of news articles. And in the constructor, I have a try-catch that opens the connection to the URL, creates an input stream reader and buffered reader, and then a JSON parser to collect data out of that JSON object. And in that JSON object, they use the word results, title, URL, and abstract. So within those results, I set the title of each article, the URL of each article, and the abstract of each article. Then I used the title of the article as the parameter for setting the video to play. Then I create an article object with the title, URL, abstract, and video for the constructor. And I add that to the array. And here is the catch statement for errors in the try-catch. And then here is a toString method that displays the contents of the array. Joseph Rhines was assigned the GUI aspect of the program, so he created the user interface class that extends JFrame. Here it sets the name of the program, displayed here, the window size, and the default close operation. He created 3 JPanels to hold various objects, and one of those JPanels uses grid bag layout. He created this greeting here that displays the current date. And in this JText area, he created an instance of the most popular news class and set the JText area to that instance by calling the toString method. And then he sets various things here that makes it so that words weren't cut off and the abstract continued on to the next line here instead of just stopping at the end. He created this J button that exits the program and the window when clicked, and the listener for that is down in this area. Close listener that implements action listener. Then these are the grid bag constraints for that one JPanel that sets various sizes and widths. Then he added the label and the button to the panels and created a JScroll pane, a vertical one. And then he added the panels to the frame. The last class I created was the main method, which creates an instance of the user interface class and sets the window to visible. And then we have our program. The first major problem I had in creating this program was that I wanted to have news be paired with music, not news be paired with YouTube videos, but I couldn't find a music API. I only had access to a YouTube API. So that started changing my program more than I liked. And then that led into the second problem I had, which was the YouTube API. Now the problem with that is, in order to sign up for the access code, which New York Times gives to you for free as long as you register, the YouTube API through Google requires you to give them your billing address and a credit card, even though they don't charge you for the first, whatever, month or so. And I didn't want to do that. So I was okay with leaving that out of the program for now. The third problem I had was I really wanted to refactor things and make more methods, like in user interface. There's a lot of lines of text here, and I just didn't have enough time to work with Joseph to make it less of a headache. But for the first version, it all works, it's neat, and I couldn't ask for anything better for right now. Third problem I had was I just ran out of time. I wanted to ask Joseph if he would make a couple more buttons, like a refresh button to refresh the news articles, a right-click pop-up menu, because right now when I right-click, nothing happens. So when I want to copy my link, I have to press Control-C in order to copy. I really wanted to make a Newsic icon or some sort of logo, and I wanted to display separate windows for each article when they were clicked. I wanted to have a list of articles displayed in the main window, and when you click on that headline, I wanted it to pop up in a new window instead of all being displayed right here. But the good things were I did learn how to connect the program to the internet, which is right here. It took a while, but I got that working with the program. I also learned how to parse JSON data, because at first that was the daunting task. I didn't understand how to get the results that were being displayed in JSON into my program. So a lot of Stack Overflow led me in the right direction there. I also learned how to replace URL encoding or percent coding with the original characters that I wanted to display, like right here. I also learned a lot in the writing of this program with different programs that help me create things throughout this process. Like Jing is what I'm using right now to record my video. I tried using GitHub to upload my code. I used Balsamiq for wireframing. I learned what wireframing is. So I really gained a lot of knowledge in the past couple weeks. And I'm also glad that we chose to keep this a program on the computer instead of Android-based or Mac, because I was really worried about timing, and I'm just glad that we kept it in the language that we're most comfortable with. So all in all, I'm really happy with this program. It's version 1, but it's getting there. Thanks for watching.